Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you today about exercise of the week. So my exercise that I've picked this week is the lunge. It's a really cool exercise if done correctly. So many people do the lunge and they report that they feel knee pain, and that's probably because we're not activating the right muscles. So the idea of the lunge is that it does work the legs and the bottom, but if we can do it in a way so that we also activate our glute med, which is the muscle at the side of our glute here, it can also actually help with knee pain because that's the muscle that's responsible for rotating that the hip to rotate the knee in and out. So what I'm going to show you today is how to do your lunge effectively and start to help reduce some of that knee pain that you might be having and get the real benefits of the lunge. So the benefits of the lunge are that they are going to work the glutes. If done correctly, they can give us a really good perky bottom, really good toned legs, and not knee pain. So I'm going to talk you through how to do a lunge effectively, get the right things working, and then you'll be able to enjoy that lunge for years to come. All right? Just because I see it done so poorly so much of the time, so I thought I'll just stop, take a little video. You can watch it at home and get that lunge happening. All right, so when we are in our lunge position, what we need to do is we want to take our feet just a little bit wider than hip distance apart, and then we take the leg back. Okay, so we've still got width between our legs. We're not, it's not like the legs one behind the other. We've got distance between our legs, alrighty? Now what we want to make sure of is that with this front heel here, we're digging the front heel, particularly the outer edge of that front heel, into the ground. And when we do that, we'll feel glute med here switch on. So let's just take a little example of what I mean. So if we stand in our lunge position and just for a second, kind of don't really focus on what you're doing with your feet. Okay, put your hand on the side of your bottom here. Now let your foot probably just collapse. You'll sort of roll in a little bit through the arches of your foot. You'll feel your knee start to kind of deviate off center. And then what you'll feel happen is this muscle here in the side of your glute med, you'll actually feel it go a little squishy and soft, right? But if we can then change it so we maintain the arch in our foot, we get weight into the outer edge of that heel, then what we feel is that glute med switch on. It should become a little bit firm under your fingers. If we can maintain that when we go into our lunge and when we come out of our lunge, then what happens is this glute med stays on. We're working that part of the glute as well as other sections of our glute, but I really wanted to talk today about getting that section firing as well. And then you'll find that your knee stays in alignment, your knee stays tracking forward rather than deviating to the center, or some people it might deviate out here, okay? So let's go into that lunge, all right? Bear in mind if you're pregnant, your lunge needs to be a lot shorter in distance. So we don't want to have a big long lunge, we're going to have more of a short distance between the legs, and we're still coming down, still activating through glute med, so we can feel that on there. All right, so I'm going to do a big long lunge. All right, what we're going to do here is we're going to sink down into our lunge, and as we do so, we want to make sure that our knee stays behind our toes. It kind of actually lines right up with our ankle there, rather than slipping forward, okay? So knee is lined up over our ankle, it's not slipping over our toes, and I've got weight in my heel, in the outer edges of my heel, so my glute is on there, okay? Then when I come back out of my lunge, I'm going to keep squashing that heel into the ground and come out of my lunge, and I feel that glute on there the whole time, which is awesome, which is what we want, okay? So a couple other things to look out for in your lunge. You're going to come down, you want the weight straight through the center of the body, focusing in on digging that heel into the ground. We want to keep our body upright. So I often will see people do their lunge and they'll actually tip forward as they do it. Yeah, so we don't want to be tipping forward, we want to keep that chest up. The other thing too is quite often what will happen is our pelvis will kind of stick out as we do it, and that'll aid that tip forward. So I want you to kind of imagine that tail, if it's sticking out, you're just going to bring it back into neutral, okay? There, don't want to tuck it under between the legs, you just want it in neutral so that then the core can activate effectively as well. Because if our pelvis is in the wrong position, then that core is not going to be switching on. Alrighty, so let's do a few of those. We're going to come down into our lunge and straight back up. Now what may happen depending on any muscle imbalances we have, is we might see a shift in our hips as well. We want to try and keep those hips nice and level as we come in and out of that lunge. That's it. We do a couple on the other leg. Okay, so same thing, set it up. We've got weight in that heel, okay, and we're going to sink down and back up. Alrighty, we can also do our alternating lunges. Down and up. Now, if you are experiencing any kind of knee pain, all right, it's probably better to do those lunges stationary than doing those alternating lunges, all right, until we get things strong, and then we can get back into doing the alternating version. The other thing you could do if you are experiencing knee pain, see if we can still be working the muscles, is you could hold onto a broomstick or even a pole. I sometimes get the girls to do so that they've got some support there. They're just coming down a little way and back up. Yeah, we want to try to keep those hips level and avoid that knee moving in or out as we do that lunge. Alrighty, hope that helps. Hope you can start to enjoy the lunge rather than have pain in the lunge and get the benefits of the lunge. Enjoy, have a great day.